factor in this match. They were 100% behind Oxygen outside of a very small section over there. So Oxygen fed off that energy and took it serious.
Oh, 100%. I mean, every goal they scored, it was just electric in here. And you can see it. It's just, it's so intense in the best way possible. And that is a factor that, you know, for anybody that was on Gentleman's, it's a hard, tough mind game to battle.
They continue to move forward the World Championship. Oxygen will finish at worst top 6 after being the 17th team in stacks. So this is a team that was, again, not supposed to be here. There's going to be other ways to say it. There's going to be other ways to say it's not supposed to be.
And they put the huge goal. I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh my God. We'll debate on what that is later.
They're playing on the final day of the year. They're playing on Championship Sunday.
Only 6 teams can do that.
And one of them wasn't supposed to be here, Wave. So
Oh God, now we're back. Now we're back.
They weren't on the schedule. They had a previous engagement that then canceled on them, and now they're. You know.
But this is the goal of every player playing in the esport. Play on that final day, and you never know what can happen when you play on that final day. The crowd probably going to get confused if Oxygen has to play a North American team. But for now, if they play Europeans, as Bate said, they could knock them all out.
They absolutely could. They could be the ones to hoist the trophy at the end. You see Oxygen there. They have advanced on the bracket. They will play on Championship Sunday. We're playing 5 matches tomorrow. So 2 semifinals, the preliminary finals, and then the grand finals to cap it all off. So our first team through. There is only 7 teams remaining. The Rocket League World Championship. And we are next match here, Bates. Going to be our other elimination final. We're going to see Space Station taking on Furia.
Space Station taking on Furia. Listen, we already saw an All-American team earlier take a W on the stage. SSG to Rocket All-America as well, going up against a Furia squad that I believe correctly, oh wait, I can see right here. They've lost twice and a heartbreaker, honestly, against BDS, reverse swept. And this is the first time, maybe ever, that a team's played 3 times and can potentially lose 3 times on a single day. I don't remember, I don't recall this has ever happened before. Yeah, the World Championship.
Yeah, lose it, to play 3 times and have the chance to lose 3 times.
All in the same day and all within the span of 5 hours. So Furia, this is going to be a testament to their mental, testament to their reset, because they don't get to go to bed. They have to come back on the stage. They have to perform yet again against the SSG squad.
And I just love that small note that it'll be, you know, another American team winning today. First touch. That 2-0, I like how you threw that in there, Bates. You know, the All-American squad.
The crowd didn't believe in us. The Deaths didn't believe in us. Nobody believed in us, but we got the dub.
Exactly. And Oxygen, it's the same way. Now they're playing on the final day. You never know what can happen. Space Station Furia, I feel like that is very coin flipping.
It is absolutely here. But I mean, just for a moment before we move on here, while the players are getting ready and stuff, I mean, talking about the Gentlemates and the season they have. It's now officially over. The Gentlemates fans, the Green Suits, are going to be going home. They were hoping for a trophy here, but going to have to settle for top 8. And I mean, this story started back in Copenhagen with a massive surprise, and now here they were as favorites in the match.
Oh man, I mean, they were the team that everybody counted out. No, they were under the radar the entire time. Nobody was picking them. And then finally, the second that you and me are like, all right, this is the time. We're gonna finally start picking them. This is the performance we got. And it wasn't bad by any means, but unfortunately for them, they also they went up against a team that was also going under the radar. So unlucky for them. It was a great season overall, though.
Yeah, they have to hold their heads high. They won a major. That is a huge accomplishment. They wanted more here, just didn't get it done.
Yeah, they didn't get it done, but I will say, going into the season, a lot of people didn't expect them to win a major.
No,
a lot of people didn't expect them to be this good. It just seemed like they were the leftovers of Europe. They were a team that formed pretty fast, but they just seemed like they had just been left on the great teams, and now they're putting the pieces together. Nobody expected Juicy to be this good.
Oh, yeah.
Copenhagen Major MVP. Major champions. I know they wanted more, but good first season for them. I believe they should stick. I know a lot of people like to move in Rocket League. Yeah. I believe they should stick, and I want to see what they can do next year.
I think that they could absolutely do a wonderful thing. For the Gentlemates fans out there, an excellent season, a well-earned top 8 finish here in the World Championship. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, an intercontinental rivalry here. South America going up against North America, the battle for the new world. Next, our LCS World Championship. The action continues in Fort Worth. 7 teams remain after the Gentlemates got sent home by the Cinderella story of the season. Oxygen Esports continue on, secured at least a top 6 finish here at the Rocket League World Championship. We gotta send another team home though today. We got 2 teams taken to the stage here very shortly. One from South America, one from North America. Only 1 spot left for them in the bracket.
And it has been phenomenal this entire way through. Also, congratulations to Joel here 2 years ago. He has already won one in that event. Now he's in the top 6.
Don't fall over there, Shogun.
I like the box. I like to pace.
The outside matches here are each of those matches when they get played later on, they will not eliminate a team or rather see them somewhere else in the bracket. But meanwhile, this middle one there, the elimination final, Furia versus Space Station. That's what's coming up here next. One of those teams is going home.
It's very interesting because Furia, they have 3 losses. Every other team that has lost 3 times is eliminated out of the tournament. They got in here because of tiebreakers and all that. They obviously did well in Swiss. Lost out on 2 tiebreaker matches back to back, and that was today. They now have to play against Space Station is one of the teams. Always make tiebreakers, and then they always, this is their best opportunity out of all of them. Actually eclipse out of that top 8. Twice today. You gotta win. You gotta win at Space Station at that point.
And this is their best opportunity. The Furia that is rattled coming into this. We have never seen a team lose, I think, twice and go on to win a world championship, let alone 3 times, which they've already got to their name. And I'm already, taking a look at this. I've always keeping an eye on the players and teams. I'm having a bit of a bodily moment on occasion. This one would be high up there.
Well, folks, it is time now to continue the playoffs.
Introducing first, on the blue side, the undisputed kings of South America, Ostemanios Furiosos, Furia!
A.K.A. the best announcer in the world, introduced this team as the undisputed best team in South America, and without question, they are. But now they're in uncharted territory. They've never had to play in the same day, coming off of 2 L's back-to-back. But in their back of their minds, they know that they've been the Space Station team already determined. 3-0 sweep, complete domination, and unlike earlier, they actually got a break in between both matches, had time to recollect. That might make all the difference.
But what really worries me is the way that they played in those matches. At no point did they seem to be playing their game, especially in their first one. It was slow. It was not the Furia way. Their entire job here is to annihilate everyone in front of them. Instead, they were waiting to see what would happen. Can't wait no more, lads.
One other thing we haven't considered is all of the other teams in the back have had 2 matches to watch Fury today. Yeah. We've also heard in both interviews the players talk about how they figured out Fury in the match and then managed to beat them in the match.
And now it's a longer match. You have to win 4 games as well. So Furia, they look good games 1 and 2 at both those matches, but now you got to do it for even longer. Can Space Station figure them out? That's the question.
I'm excited, though, to get their opponents on the stage.
And introducing their opponents on the orange side, representing North America, shooting for the stars and beyond, they are Space Station Gaming!
Gibbs, we were laughing yesterday about how the crowd was chanting USA for OG despite only one of the players actually being from the United States of America. This is a homegrown USA team.
This is America's team right here, the younger brother of the other America's team, G2. So let's see what Space Station can do. They've been here before. Top 8 is not enough anymore for them. They want to eclipse that. They want to be one of the best in the world, not just the younger brother to G2. They want to compete with the G2s. They have to start here versus Fury.
And if there's ever been a time, it feels like this is it. Most of the times you would look between SSG and Fury and you think, okay, mostly going towards Fury, but if they're ever going to be them together on that 8th place, this has to be it.
There's multiple ways you can spin the stage story. Fury, they've been on the stage twice. They've lost both times, but they've been on the stage. They're acclimated. Space Station having to adjust here on the fly for the run for the first time in this World Championship.
Might make all the difference.
And let's not forget, yesterday though, Space Station went up versus a team that played twice in front of the crowd with 2 wins, Pioneers.
That's true.
And Space Station came out and won that convincingly 3-0. But you go back to the Swiss result, round 4, Fury dominated them. It was a 3-0 clean for them, but different momentum now coming into today.
Can the Fury make the adjustments on the fly? When they come out, they have looked good. But there's something about the time. What's next? This team, the world-class team that are worthy of a world championship, can do that. They have got backup plans. They have got players that can pop off when the team is looking a bit rough. Have they got someone that can do it here? Or are SSG going to ride the momentum of the crowd into top 6?
You feel like it's player pop-off potential. It is Yan versus LJ. Either of these guys can just take over a match at any moment and win you a huge, huge match. Fury's been here before. They've made top 4s before, but Space Station, this is new. They're almost favorites, it feels like, in this match because what we saw earlier from Fury.
See here, Chicago versus Lost. Very variety of stats on the line here. My question, though, we're talking about how we see the other team was able to adapt to them. Do you feel like best of 7 gives Fury extra time to adapt back? Or is it that the Space Station just literally has extra time here if they need to figure out a way to adjust to this game?
I really feel up going wrong immediately right up the rim, I think it's over for Fury, especially since they got reverse swept. They haven't scored in over like 12 minutes of Rocket League gameplay, and now the crowd is fully in it. If you're a Fury fan, you want them to score back.
You do. You want to be able to shut this crowd up. Hashtag FUR. I think Fury's got it in chat. Hashtag SSG. Space Station will make our picks. So good.
When I see some of this happening and a team sliding out of the tournament, it's very difficult to stop. I'm going SSG. I think the team that is fresh is going to take down the team that looks battered and bruised.
I'm going back and forth in my head. Furia, yes, they did lose twice. That was against Europe. Now they're going up against NA, and not the best North American team. But I feel like I have to write at least one more time. I am with the pick with Space Station. It's 50-50, though. I think Furia will win.
I've done it way backwards now. What? Oh, no. I ain't going to mess with them today. They locked into something else. I just believe that this Fury is too much to take them. Brilliant player, brilliant guys. Just simply winning this match right here against the crowd. Coming off 2 L's is simply too much. Give me SSG. Give me them in 7.
I think the fatigue is going to set in, and I think this crowd is going to make the fatigue worse. SSG is going to be the desk favorite here with a perfect sweep. Give me SSG as well. Does the coin choose to go with Space Station? Does the coin choose? Oh, let's go this direction there. To go with Fury, folks. Let's find out. And it's going Space Station, folks. The coin has given us a perfect sweep on the desk. They are as well. 78% of the chat believes in Space Station. Furious fans are awake and active, but there are so many North Americans rallying behind Space Station. The game is ready, folks. The players are locked in. Forward! Are you ready? Let's get up and get loud, folks. This is it. The big cats here in Panther City, adventuring into the final frontier. A new world intercontinental battle to keep the dream alive. No lives left. It's time for Furia versus SSG.
Ladies and gentlemen, you better buckle up because this thing next is an absolute roller coaster. Elimination series of the World Championship between Space Station Gaming and Furia. Here we go. Game one on Manfield, as always, brought to you by Progressive as we kick things off here in our second elimination match. It's our last elimination match of the day. Championship Sunday. Hawks are going to lob one up, looking in the direction of LJ, trying to drop it down in an available spot. Still there, and Chicago slow shot sent away by Trevino. Already starting off a lot of teams at a Space Station Gaming. No Fury are going to come out and try to beat it to the ball, but LJ had a good pre-shot. That's a good shot from Chicago, but it's just off the crossbar. You can see these counterattacks from Space Station so quick as they try to make sure. There for Chicago with the little soft floater, and then more of a rocket towards the crossbar. Still got to get it on target. Of course, past the defense. That's been easier said than done for most teams, except against Furia here because, well, they've already lost a couple series today. That's how they ended up as the 5th seed in this elimination matchup. You got to be careful with Furia. Thinking about that, too. Back-to-back losses for the stage. Not necessarily good for the mental. They have to dig deep if they want to stay alive here at this stage of the game. Kind of works out pretty well for them, though. You lose 2 matches this late into the World Championship back-to-back. Still got a shot at winning the whole thing. This format is tough for those teams that got into the tiebreakers, lost, unable to follow the play after the bump. There goes Yan all the way at the back. He's got a full tank, though. He's giving that one away to LJ just about. And that bank will slowly run towards loss. Not much trending outside of that. Kind of early blast out of Chicago. But you can see Furia can wake up here. Yeah, trying to get after LJ. Trevino double tap. Bang, bang. And I like where you called out Yan there, Stack. He got that initial demo. Tried to chase down LJ. Who had a full boost. Chicago had to cut, but he couldn't get Trevino off the ball. Got the course correction and landed the double. Big effort from Trevino. There'll be some eyes on him to be following this year. But he starts it off, gave Fury the lead. To reach this level, to be an elite team on the world stage, you can't just have one guy who's a scorer. You can't just have one guy who's the assist man. And this Furia squad demonstrates that perfectly. Now Yan with 9 goals, 9 assists. Trevino, 13 and 13 of his own. Just a well-balanced attack out of the demons from South America.
Initially, I was a little concerned because it felt like Furia, they were kind of giving the ball away a lot, but when they go with those off-ball plays and throw off Space Station Gaming, who seem pretty comfortable in rotation, sometimes you can find a little gap in the defense. They did it initially, but still a 1-goal game, still trying for Space Station Gaming to get the wheels going.
In the second half of that spot and scores.
He went from an off-ball play to right on top of this one. Got the blue. Look at that. Got the dodge. Great follow-up. Just couldn't track it. And it's back-to-back goals.
Nightmare situation early on for SSG. Still plenty of game to go, plenty of series to go here with the best of 7s. And of course the benefit of a timeout that Zad Jr. would have in his pocket. As Hawker just skies one up and everybody just waits to see what Trevino had up his sleeve. Trevino again, try to center, this time repelled again. LJ is way downfield. and nobody else able to dive in quite that far.
We saw LJ again earlier on in this game kind of go for a little bit of a pre-jump on an initial pass. As right now, he got a good bump to try to set up Chicago. Hawkster actually dives in for this, and here comes a counterattack. Hold on. Leanne drops it to Drafino. They were looking for the pinch between the cars, but just couldn't execute. Now here's Lost. He's been so phenomenal all event, but not even him to get past SSG's defense right now. Time ticking down. SSG are struggling to hold on to possession, though. You're just playing around them.
Yeah, look at how much boost they're burning just to try and get a touch that ultimately doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Now they at least have the ball on the right half of the field. Can they get anything towards the net again like they did in the first 30 seconds? Chicago holding through the air. Lost got a piece of it. Trufino will have full boost and possession for at least a moment. It just doesn't seem like SSG are able to threaten. They've got to hold this possession for a little bit longer, try to wear down Furia, maybe starve them out. They do have Lost and Drafino kind of tangled up in the corner, but still nothing at the net itself. And on the other side, a save needed by LJ.
See the counters coming out still strong. Fury though low on boost in this situation as LJ looking to flip. A little bit of interference here. Can Chicago line up the double free backboard? One goal game.
Chicago seemed to just stop time for a moment, and the defense could not react. Reed's got him within one. We've seen a lot of late heroics out of SSG throughout this tournament. Do they have another in them?
Chicago, he's also been playing phenomenally over the course of this tournament. 72% goal participation out of him. Just makes a stop there defensively. He continues on this performance. I mean, exactly what SSG need. LJ though in the race. Can he get there? He does get there first, but Lost still able to get the 50 out. And you can see Hawks are not able to read it, so Chicago's got to play defense there. Went a little early, but LJ able to track it down.
Pioneers fans know all too well how quickly SSG can erase a deficit down to 15 seconds. And giving chase. He waits, and LJ actually let it go by, so Hawkster will take charge. And maybe that little hesitation out of Furia could cost them. Only 7 seconds, though. Lost, targeting, no, everybody jumped. Furia's got him at their mercy, and this will drop down to Chicago, down to the ground, and Furia hang on.
Furia set the tone. Very well done from them, too. I mean, big talk has kind of been on their defense. As I believe they had a strong defensive stats coming out of Swiss, but it was, of course, you see them over the course of the day. One goal, though, no tough. Now it's about continuing that over the course of this one, which, again, best of 7 between these two. It's going to be a battle.
Or look back at the Mobile One High Performance replay, and you just see double taps galore. Grafino started it off, and then Yan added one of his own. Didn't need the backboard, didn't need any help at all. But then on the other side, Chicago got one back for SSG. It was not enough as Furia ride those 2 early goals to victory.
And you know, the biggest thing about this, too, is you didn't really see too much of Lost in that game. Which for him, he's almost had more goals than both his teammates combined. 75% goal participation out of him, but he didn't need to. He didn't need it at all. That was Trufino and Yan getting involved for most of that. And if they start popping off, then it's going to be a big boost to Furia. Both teams have their star players, but it's the ones who are in support who are making a name for themselves this event.
Yeah, Lost came into that game with 19 goals in the tournament. He's the leading scorer of any of these 6 players. He ended with 19. No assist on either of those Furia goals, by the way. So, it's been a couple of solo efforts that sink SSG in game 1. What do they have for an encore here at Forbidden Temple? That shot's going to stay up high. And over there, though, stole some boost from Space Station. Now Lost in retreat mode as he will let Trufino jump in. And Yan take charge. He's trying to line up a double of his own, and he's dropped it in.
First one there from Yan. Great pass from Trufino. And LJ saw the danger. You know you can't give him a free backboard. You got to put a hand up. As if you don't, it's in your neck. Great goal there from Yan. Furia start in front again.
Another early goal from Furia. And once again, Space Station starting off with that foot. They had a couple of
to kind of get settled a bit more. Now it's just about opening up those goal scoring opportunities. Big kill from Chicago. He's on top of the ball, trying to get lost off of it. Pass hops are in, assist available, but again, still they're tracking, clearing it out.
Well, Chicago and Boxer again got tangled up this time over on the Furia half of the field, and that's even worse because neither had much boost, and if Furia is able to get a clean clear, wide open net on the other side. SSG is going to be very, very careful not to repeat that mistake, as this will drop down towards Fabinho. Easy save. Watch the follow-up from guys like Loft, and waiting as well, and the ball never gets across midfield.
I like the pictures though from what I'm seeing for Fury again. He saw LJ moving downfield. LJ was trying to force a 50, but he couldn't. Now LJ, a little bit of a free ball, takes this off the ceiling. Show me something, LJ. That one going right towards the goal line. Javinho able to knock it away, but now he's slow on boots. Oscar trying to apply some pressure. Now goes to Chicago, who gets a chance to solo. You see LJ, he's turning up mid, he's cutting in, but he can't go for that one just yet. Defense is a little locked down here on the Fury side.
It does feel like kind of all-in attack mode out of Space Station. Every time they throw the ball, they burn almost all of their boost. Doesn't really lend itself to follow-up plays, and nobody could follow that play either for Furia. So the opportunities, they're there. They're presenting themselves for both sides. Only one's been capitalized upon so far. Lateral pass here. Blocked by Lost again on the shot. And Fabinho just lob it at the net. Hey, good things have happened for Furia when they just kind of give that token shot for the defense to make a mistake on.
Yeah, they know SSG getting a little aggressive on their offensive pushes. You're starting to see everybody in that upper half. So now they're trying to take advantage, see if they can get a boost or just boost steal so they can be low boost and Fury can strike harder on the counterattack. Here's another pass play. Rafinha not able to get it, so Lost to take control. Can he get this one center? It's denied by Hoxer. Space Station Gaming still fighting, but they have come up empty so far. Not able to get anything going in game 2.
Time still winding down, and Space Station running out of time. This is about where Furia was starting to put that game away, and then suddenly SSG found an answer back in game 1. Wasn't enough. Hoxer got LJ waiting in support. Gonna take it himself and just can't get that ball down at all. LJ just ranging back barely from his spot at midfield. Able to slow down Furia. Is it enough to fend them off? It is for now.
SSG got to make the most of this, but you can tell they are waiting for a mistake from Fury in order to pounce. Sometimes they get caught too far forward, then they have to rotate back, just completely killing the offensive play. If that third man is a little bit deeper, they can stay in front, keep the play going, but again, they are down. They need to push for a little bit of extra resources to go forward. It just hasn't been working out based on Fury's defense.
Need a lot more scoring opportunities to SSG if they're going to wear down Furia at all. Fury's been very comfortable on their half of the field. Only one in net, but it's Lost that comes in from the side and towards what would have been another scoring opportunity. And now Space Station kind of jumbled up in their own zone. LJ waiting for another touch. Boy, they have kept the ball away from LJ, and it has been a recipe for success for Furia.
I mean, we saw this earlier as well. I mean, when I believe it was Vitality was taking out the event. Let's just say, star players could not get on the ball too often. There's a chance there, but blocked away. It's just Furia all over this one. They're not letting anything through. Final 10 seconds, and they are out of time. They get one more possession. Can they hold on to this one? Sit downfield. Chicago not able to make contact. LJ is able to get there, but the follow-up puts it on the ground, and Furia again in front.
You got a couple of one-goal games here. Do they really feel like one-goal games? I mean, certainly not that one. It felt like Furia was in the driver's seat the entire time. Yes, obviously they had the early goal from Yan. But it never felt like Space Station was threatening to level that scoreline at any point during that game. Only 4 shots on target. Heck, only 5 on the other side for Furia. On either side. And I feel like that is trouble for SSG because they're not going to win these low-scoring, grindy games against Furia.
No, they're not. And again, like I said, I'm getting flashes of Oxygen Vitality. In a similar situation to this, LJ only 1 shot this game. It's just, they've been limiting the opportunities, and then even when SSG hit them, they haven't been as running towards the net. Furia has been too
team in scoring all throughout the Swiss. Have been a timeout called by Space Station Gaming here going into game 3, so you get the extra minute to kind of talk things over. But everybody kind of, when you don't look at Lost, you wonder, okay, so what's he doing? Well, he hadn't done anything offensively in this series, and Furia's still got a 2-0 series lead. That is terrifying for anybody else in that half of the bracket, anybody else that could end up on in Furia's path. Because they can do this without him scoring. Imagine what happens when he starts.
Exactly. So then, a timeout here is fine. SSG just on the precipice of 1 goal game. They just need a little bit more to break through offensively. That's where the struggle has been. Their defense has been fine. They haven't been allowing too many goals, or especially easy goals in from Furia. So now Sad Jr. is going to talk to the guys and see if they can make some adjustments. You got the elimination match here at Worlds. They've been playing fantastic so far over the course of the Swiss. Yes, sure, they made it to round 5, but they're here in the playoffs now. It's not their first time in a playoff at a LAN. They know what they need to do. Now it's time to execute.
This is the team that people have talked about as maybe stepping up to claim that number 2 spot in North America. Well, being the second best anywhere just means you're the first not. They're going to take that next step. They've got to find a way back against Furia first and foremost. There goes Chicago. Over to LJ, working a little bit better as a team out of the zone, and LJ probably relieved just to get a couple touches on the ball after he was just completely starved out in game 2.
Furia kind of just waiting for their right moment. SSG a little bit more further back in terms of rotations, not sending too many forward, trying to get control of the ball. Good speed there by LJ. He's trying to force Yan to get a clear out. And you can see it going right back to Hoxer, who's able to meet Yan, play 150, good first 50, good second 50, but he's at a boost. Tried to see if he could pre-jump Drafinho, but played it right over his head.
Well, Chicago doesn't have much. He was just kind of a decoy there for LJ to take over instead. But now it is only Chicago in the back. Hoxer's there with very little boost. And Yan up to the heavens. What does he have up his sleeve? Nothing. And everybody just flopping around like fish.
Yeah, this is a little awkward. I mean, he had a good fake for Drafinho, but I guess Drafinho couldn't go. So now the ball just kind of floated right in front of net. Either way, Space Station Gaming now able to take this. They cannot let another opportunity like that happen. There's the pass cut out, though. It'll be a race downfield. Can Lost get there first? Blocked away by Hoxer.
But for sure, he had it all lined up. Another save there as Yan had the follow-up. Now Drafinho near the target. Another thrown in front. And another save out of Chicago and Space Station Gaming. That is not the half of the field they want to spend much more time on, but it's the half of the field that they've been the most comfortable on, unfortunately. They have just been stuck there time and time again. And I say comfortable because other than right there, Furia hadn't been threatening. There was a lot of soft shots. Finally, Drafinho breaks through, but they just wore down Space Station.
Yeah, I mean, look at that from Yan. Pulls everybody out. Chicago, no boost, trying to make his way back. But Drafinho is there, and Furia again started out in front here. This is dangerous for SSG, especially with the struggle of scoring in game 2. They're on a drought, and they have not been able to succeed offensively yet. We know Furia can maintain this 1 goal lead with their defense. SSG needs something now.
Upwards of 8 minutes without a goal for North America's squad. Has lost against 2. And LJ and Hoxer, not good race between them at all. This goes all the way across. And yet again, Space Station just kind of bumbling in their own zone. They at least clear the center line. Chicago with a little to the back wall. LJ stuck by Lost, but that'll roll up and away.
Lost plays that one off the ceiling, looking for Yan, but Chicago will get there in time. Good 50 from Drafinho to keep it in play as Hoxer, strong clearance downfield. No one able to follow it up. And again, moving the ball, just trying to see, can they win this war of attrition? They have SSG on low moves. They're playing the 50 game well, and they're forcing us to use everything they got in the tank. Drafinho now, that's a high ball. Not a free backboard, though, as Hoxer can collect.
Nothing else there out of Space Station yet again. Forced back to their own territory. Furia just hold all the cards. They've got all the answers. Space Station Gaming down 2 as Yan scores in the same spot he did in game 1.
Another game great 50, great follow-up. Yan just tracks the ball so well, and it's a beautiful shot. Top corner slot. Furia have everything in front of them. And it just seems like there's nothing that can stop them when they get the momentum going.
We've talked about the effect a crowd can have on a team, especially in these elimination games. And this crowd has been very much a pro Space Station Gaming crowd going into this series. But they've been left very quiet as Furia have just about lulled them to sleep. And they're about to put away SSG. A minute 20 left here before they will have quadruple match point to eliminate Space Station. Unless Chicago and the squad can come up with a big comeback. Again, we know they can score in bunches and do it late. They're not deterred by pressure in a situation like this. They are, however, deterred and very much hindered by a lack of boost, which has been the theme since the start of game one.
Yeah, I mean, this boost game not good. Jaffinio's trying to look for a bump there on LJ. He's going to leave the boost for Chicago, but this leaves Yan. Great pop on the flip reset, and it's just forcing SSG to use all of their boost. Chicago picked up that 100 in the corner. He only was able to use it to get to midfield. Fox was demoed, so he's going to be low. Chicago keeps his hand, but LJ one. Now they know that they're low boost, so shot, it just can't get enough power behind it, and now they have to retreat.
There's just hesitation there on the side of Space Station. They seem to be moving over in slow motion. He got it! A breakthrough, and Chicago scores. They needed the lead blocker to run through. It finally worked out, and finally they catch a break.
And good on LJ as well. Sure, he couldn't get the initial demo, still goes downfield, trying to get it on Yan, had full faith in Chicago to win the 50, and he just had enough room to put the shot through. There's still time here for SSG to turn it around, but it's ticking down fast.
Yeah, it could be too little too late, just as it was in game one, and they had a lot more time than that. Yan looking for the dagger in game two, and it's not so much as a dagger as this is kind of a sewing needle. Like, all right, right here, and good night.
Full boost. That's just not what you want to see go in.
That is 16 miles per hour. Now that's still faster than me running, but yikes. 7 seconds remaining, and Space Station Gaming just gotta be wondering, all right, well, what else is gonna go wrong? That one gets through for Furia at 16 miles an hour. They get another victory, 3 on the trot, and now they've got 4 shots at closing out SSG and moving on to Sunday.
Oh man, look at
nap time.
He's saying it's too easy. MVP of that game, of course. Couple goals from him, 3 shots, a save and an assist. And we're taking a look at the Mobile One high performance replay, but it's been Furia who have been in high performance all series long. They've got everything working for them. All the parts are put together. It's on SSG to change the narrative. Again, limited in the shooting department. Only 3 shots. 2 from more from Chicago, 1 from LJ. They just have not been able to break past Furia. Is this how they go out?
It's just a mounting frustration. They burned their timeout, and nothing changed. They were still very hesitant. Still got bundled up a lot. The spacing was not great out of Space Station at all through that game. And Furia have just picked their spots. And it feels like if they really wanted to ramp up the aggression, they could double their score in any of these given games. They have just managed every single game. And yes, that has allowed Space Station to stay close. But that's the key word, allowed them to stay close. It doesn't seem like SSG has much energy going into a game they must win. 1 of 4 in a row they must win, or their world championship is over.
Space Station Gaming, backs against the wall. No timeouts, no lives left as we start game 4. They have shown no signs of really taking this series over in any game. Will they show us something now? They'll have to reverse sweep Furia, a team who has not been successful at the world stage.
Oh, drop that down to LJ, and even that one saved! And Graffinho cleans up the rebound. Even when Space Station can get that close, Furia slammed the door shut. And Yan almost got to that ball, lost, shot blocked away, wide by Hoxer. At least Space Station That sense of urgency's there, but not sure what Chicago and LJ were going to accomplish with that effort towards the back wall. And yet again, Furia weather the storm.
Chicago couldn't even control that.
Oh, he got bumped too.
Immediately bumped out. Now transition from Furia. Look at that look from Lost. Low boost. Doesn't need the double, but LJ went up to block it out. Hoxer looking for the bump to kind of set up some space, so it's a bit of a double commit. LJ downfield to Hoxer. Hoxer wanted to send it across, but Chicago was there just in case he lost it. And again, sending it towards net, but Furia have been in the right spot every time. Hoxer almost got a chance to put that one on. It was a good fake from LJ, but it has not been enough.
Well, Furia have done a great job also of cutting off all those infield passing plays. Space Station have tried to go from the corner, get back out towards the middle, and somebody from Furia has been there. On a every single time. Field is open. Chicago drop down. Follow. Oh, crossbar.
It's open.
Finally, Hoxer's there. Everybody just seemed to disperse from the net, and Space Station have its first lead of the series.
Finally, SSG giving Furia a taste of their own medicine, but this time they're a little bit more physical, connecting on a lot of demos, forcing Furia with low boost. They make the net wide open for Hoxer, and he's not gonna miss it. Not now. He can't miss it. SSG need to hold on here.
We've seen even from their days in North America, teams like Furia and then even FaZe, when they were around, they would have players kind of sleeping on the opposition. We'd see them on the cams online, and what happened? That blew up in their face. Yeah, looked like he was taking a bit of a nap earlier after game 3. Keep that in mind as this rolls on towards the halfway mark. SSG at least looking a lot better in one of the games they must win.
Now Furia, you get to see them play from behind. Series has been smooth sailing for them so far, which you have to give credit to them, because coming off of 2 losses like that at this stage, them being able to just battle back. I mean, this is, like we said, the best they've looked all day today, which again, must-win elimination match at the World Championship. They've shown up. Now can SSG turn this one around? They had to go game by game for them. They're already with a lot of pressure here in game 4.
Well, Chicago's pushed that one wide, all the way across. Cross again. Nobody on the other side of it except Lost. Boy, all 3 from Furia. It was like they were fighting over possession of the ball. That's something you'd expect to see with a 6-goal lead. Not in a game like this. And it turns into a save on the other side. Could have very well been a second goal, and that could have been crippling for Furia.
This is still a little awkward for SSG, though. Hoxer has to get pads. He can't go for the ball, but he does force Yan up. Just a little bit of a threat. Now SSG able to get some space here. Furia starting to get a little tested, and we could be seeing a bit of a shift.
There goes Yan. Nothing there as it's a cross. Pressure still from Furia. Minute 20. LJ looking right at Yan, trying to go past him. Follow up from Chicago. He stayed back. Instead of diving in, he was trying to play that ball from Lost. Does not work out. Now they've got everybody forward, but still nothing in the net as that pinball's back across.
Big save, a minute to go. Furia. Oh, they got a chance here. Good pass, Yan, shot on, but Chicago's there to knock it away. LJ able to get that one past Yan. Lost trying to get going. Great win on the 50. He was able to read that touch perfectly, and now Furia putting the pressure on SSG. They're trying to keep this one stuck here in the midfield line. Chicago, a nice touch, but it knocks the ball out the way. Lost a good one there, and now Hoxer. He's using a lot of boost. LJ, great first touch. You can catch up to this. Did hit the flip, but tried to use it for a flick instead of his teammates. This is great positioning now because they can run down the clock.
Well, big win for LJ, though, as that one just a little bit wide. LJ! He won the race to the midfield boost, and as a result, Lost couldn't get back, and LJ just barely squeezes it through.
Yeah, you talked about the race to the midfield boost. There was also the bump on Yan, forcing him to just kind of dive, panic there a little bit, and now SSG, not only with a couple of goals, but feels like a little bit of momentum. They can't let this one get away from them, though. Good knock away from LJ. As Furia still hunting, they're still very dangerous. It comes down to the final seconds.
Final countdown of game 4, barring something miraculous, we'll see a 5th as Space Station Gaming have sounded the alarm, and Furia had better wake up from nap time.
one game at a time.
That's the roar that Furia did not want to hear. They've given the North American fans here in Texas a reason to cheer, a reason to have a little bit of hope. And as that trickles down towards the stage, that energy can fuel, dare I say, a reverse sweep.
It could. If you think Furia are gonna sit idly by while that happens, you are wrong. SSG will have to play perfectly for the remainder of this series. Because Furia took that one, and you waking up Yan, you're waking up the beast. You gotta be careful with that, Stacks.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. But he did just go to sleep.
He did.
So, I don't know if we saw it on the broadcast.
I did.
We certainly saw it in the arena. He's leaning back, eyes closed, all happy. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of energy in this building behind Space Station Gaming. It is only one. They do still have to win 3 in a row, and it's still a daunting, daunting task as we get ready to head to Aquadome for Game 5. But we are going to a 5th game, and that's just got to cause just a little bit of a doubt for Furia. That's what they have to overcome now as we kick off our 5th.
Good kickoff. Chicago up for that. Wait, LJ? Tried to pre-jump that. Didn't necessarily get the ball to him quickly here, but almost a great start. Talk about game by game. If you're SSG, that's where the mentality has to be at this point. Season on the line. You lose this and you're done.
It just becomes mental warfare at this point. Survival of the fittest upstairs. And Space Station, as an org, they've seen a reverse sweep a time or two. This Huxter waiting for Yan's effort. Now Lost given a lot of time and space. Can't stay with that play as it goes out to the side, but he did win the corner boost race against Huxter. That could hamper Space Station quite a bit. But a big clear by Chicago, and Drafinho's got all day.
Good pass, Yan up early, and a lot of boost. Couldn't hold on to it. SSG playing a lot closer. That's a good bump. Huxter off the bar. Oh, late follow-up, Drafinho. Good pre-jump. Oh, but it's still awkward here for Furia. LJ mid. Chicago down!
Here they come. North America's survivors. LJ perfectly placed. Chicago where he needed to be. And all of a sudden, things look a little bit different. Momentum squarely on the side of Space Station Gaming. Can Drafinho hinder it just a bit? Not this instance, as it's Huxter out of the fray. Loose ball falls towards Chicago. Huxter with a boost steal as well. LJ coming on. No, he's way back. And Furia just narrowly avoid what would have been a rocket of a shot out of LJ.
Yeah, but we're starting to see Furia now on the drought here offensively. Feels like things could be shifting. Lots of time left though in game 5. LJ gonna go up the ladder with this one. Got the flip, but Drafinho early challenge. LJ looking for a bump on loss. He can turn on this. Oh, he just missed the boost spawn, so he'll have to play into the 50. Demo on the play though, Huxter's out. Chicago last back, has to pre-jump. Yan putting the pressure on, but Chicago maintains calmness and gets the stop.
What a great recovery too. Great adjustment in the air out of Chicago. He's seen a thing or two. As that's gonna go to the corner, Chicago with a full tank. He took it where Huxter was also there. And look at all the time that Lost has. Able to grab his own back boost, bring it across. He burned most of it. And as a result, Space Station lining up a double. Dropped down in front, and Lost made that look a lot tougher than he had to, but he was the only one back. LJ waiting. Still just can't time up a boost steal on the other half. And watch out, Furia could have numbers here, but Chicago cuts them off.
Good redirect from Huxter to put that on target as well. Lost will track it down, but wait, Chicago able to get a beat. Does he have someone across? LJ just couldn't connect.
Oh, they've been so good throughout the week. Just a rare case where the passing has not connected. Here goes Chicago again. Blocked by Yan. And Huxter can't stay with that either. Furia. It's about a free ball as Chicago narrowly got around Yan.
Just barely dodge it in, able to get the ball through. That gives SSG so much speed here, or field positioning. Now they're trying to get boost grabbed up here. This could be SSG extending the scoreline. You're starting to see Furia take a little bit more risk going for some of these bump plays and put themselves not necessarily in the best position on the defensive front.
Great win by LJ, then running through, going head hunting, but came up empty here. Gian, blistering shot. Oh, this was off the post. Now Yan, still not out of it just yet. Oh, delayed his flip, but it's still cleared away. Did not fool the defense of SSG, who holds strong with a 1-goal lead.
Their positioning's been so much better. They've been able to get to the ball a lot faster, and it's making Furia struggle here on offense. They've had a couple of good counterattacks, but they haven't had the consistent pressure we're used to seeing.
I don't have enough voice if this continues on to a 7th game. So far, we're through 4 and almost 5, and Space Station still hold a lead that would force a 6th game as they try to do the unthinkable here against Furia. Lost though, big win, no follow-up as it just get past Rafinho, and his play just a little too slow. Hawkser escapes danger for Space Station, now with only 30.
There's the infield pass, good cutout here. Like you said, final 30 seconds. Furia have the ball where they want it. They have to see if they can really starve out SSG here. Rafinho going up. It'll be LJ who's there to meet him. Chicago back full boost. Hawks are sitting in net with 60. And he'll need to turn on this one quick. This is not what you want to see though if you're Furious, so the clock ticks down. Final 10 seconds. SSG moving upfield. It's still a 1-goal game. Lost. Pushes that one. No, he loses it to Chicago. LJ will keep this one up, and Furia will have to go across the field. Can Yan do it? He starts this one off. Has the flip. Gets it to Loft, but it's cut away!
Hammered down. Space Station. 2 shutouts in a row. And Furia getting a dose of their own medicine.
No one's sleeping now.
Nope.
The question here is, will we see a timeout from Furia? They still have one in their back pocket.
They do.
But you see the crowd getting a little bit hyped. SSG